Welcome back to another episode of Social Cues, everybody. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kenny.
This week we're at Ghost Cat Lounge, a private establishment. It is a local Austin neighborhood house that has a table from the old Parlor Pizza joint that the owner, Tim, bought at auction, and now we get to play on it every weekend.
Yep, it was kind of unexpected when the Parlor closed down. I only got to be there a handful of times and playing on this table, but Parlor closed down. I thought that was it. I thought I'd never see this table again. So it was really nice to hear about them picking it up and opening it up to the public even.
It's kind of a private spot, but it is a public, like, Tim lets pretty much anyone in if you're cool. It's not a speakeasy, it's just someone's house.
Right, yeah.
And I thought for sure I would never play on this table again, which was a huge bummer. I was very sad that the Parlor closed down because this table was odd. I didn't know it was in the Parlor, and then I walked in there for pizza. And I'm like, oh, it's a table. So I played one game by myself, and I broke and ran my first time playing on it. Every shot went in. I cleared the table. It was the last two shots. It was amazing.
Interesting. So nobody was watching that either, huh?
No witnesses.
Okay. Well, I have to take you and your word.
That's what it's all about. It's always a bummer when you make great shots in life doing anything and no one's there to see it.
Should introduce the teams here. So this episode, me and Chris are partaking, and of course we had to split ourselves up to make it a little bit more interesting, have a little bit more dynamics there. So my partner is Cullen, and Chris, who's your partner?
My partner is Drew, and you know what I just realized? It's the two glasses against the two black shirts.
Oh, okay.
Glasses
black
against shirts.
I would just say glasses against
dorks.
Skins. Your face is naked, right? Glasses versus skins.
You know, of course, Kenny in his trademark hat and glasses, Cullen in the white and glasses. I'm that annoying person in black, and then Drew is the person off camera in black. And this episode is dedicated to Drew. He sadly passed on to the other side. And it's always sad when you lose a good friend, especially one that loved the game as much as you. And I only knew him about 5 months, but he was one of my best friends I've ever met, one of my favorite shooters. So it'll be a long time till I get to play him again. And we're going to miss you a lot, man. Drew Barber. Sad to see this, but I'm just happy I got to know the guy because he was just a really, really good person. So we miss you, brother.
Cullen on Kenny's team tonight. And then we got Drew on our team. No, step in the frame, dude.
I haven't given him the glare.
Okay. He's taking his own frame over there.
How many rehearsals of this? And he still just could not do it. All right, anyway.
Don't worry about it. Just keep that in there. Yeah.
It's always, hard to find words to say in these situations, but I knew he was a good guy. One of the first times I played him, I beat him. He didn't really know me, but he was having fun, and he shook my hand. He's like, I'm coming back for you. I'm coming back for you. And I always know that's a good, a sign of a good person, but of course it was definitely confirmed upon meeting his family, which of course our hearts do go out to. You just never expect it to be your last game with somebody. But now he's shooting balls up on the 7-footer in heaven, and who knows, maybe it's a bar table. But nonetheless, he's running that table right now, and one of these days we'll play him again. So this one's for you, Drew.
And yes, interesting shoot. We had a few comics lined up to come shoot, but who would have guessed on Saturday night, Halloween weekend, they could not come shoot a pool show with us. So we had to call our very good friends.
Yeah, and they showed up right away, and that's what friends are for. But we hope everybody enjoys this episode nonetheless, because it is us in our natural habitat. Here we got another, a race to 3, a baseball match? What do you call it again? Grudge match?
It's a 3-game series.
3-game series, okay.
So no matter what, we're playing 3 games.
Only one team can win 2, so.
Yep, and you're trying to avoid the sweep at least, because you can go 3-0.
Oh, yeah.
If you get one game, at least you're like, okay, you didn't sweep us.
Yeah, the sweep is a little bit insult to injury for sure.
3-game series, here we go.
All right, so we got Cullen and Drew, our 2 guests, 2 friends, lagging away.
And this is like arguably the top 4 people of Backlash. I shouldn't do that. You're right. I gotta stop ranking.
Back to the ranks.
I gotta stop ranking. It's so stupid. You might see some people in the background. There's a gaggle of shooters waiting to come shoot on this table, even though they showed up way too early. But they are anxious to play, so we're trying to get this done.
Yeah, and they were all kind for sure. We had no problems with anybody. They're all our friends as well. We've seen them around plenty of times, but you don't ever want to keep your friends waiting either.
Yeah, you don't want to keep strangers waiting either, you know. If you're taking too long on the pool table, I say kind of, wrap it up. All right, so Drew's racking it up.
That's why we got other
Not-
takes.
Yeah, not a perfect rack. He's got 2 salads on each of the bottom corners, but not a big deal. It's a classic rack you'll see.
Nobody's judging on a bar table usually.
As long as you got the 8 ball in the middle, but try to do a solid and stripe on each corner.
Tell you what, if you come up and fix my rack at a bar table, you better make something on that break because it's going to be your last shot.
8 ball in the middle.
All right. Here we go, Cullen breaking off the rail here.
It's got a classic log cabin grandpa style break. 5 northeast corner. Nope, what did you just make?
3.
Making a 3 northeast. Sorry, I'm colorblind.
It's hard to tell against his red table as well.
Oh man, I know. I told Tim he used to have a yellow light above there. And I'm like, dude,
Ooh.
you gotta get rid of this yellow light because it made the cue ball, 9 ball, and 1 ball all look the same.
Yeah. Yeah, lighting is very important, and you don't really notice it until you have the wrong lighting. And then it's too late at that point.
So Cullen,
Cullen, you got any? What's the
table?
biggest thing that
Open
you
table?
hate playing
Open
pool
table,
with people in bars?
Oh,
Something that comes up that just drives you nuts.
honestly, the only thing is when people just walk up and assume that they can take over the entire vibe of the table. It's like the lack of community in that. You know, like no matter who's on the table, I appreciate walking up and just being like, "Do you want to play for it?" You know, or I don't know.
Birthdays for me is the only exception.
know,
If
dude.
it's somebody's birthday, I'll let them have the table.
I say that, and at the same time, like I'm such a fucking softie, and I always just let him take it. But
Yeah. Also, it matters what time it is, right?
that's true. That's absolutely true.
It's like 1:30 coming up to the last
Okay,
game.
you know what? Forget my answer. I'm gonna say kitchen.
When
People want to play kitchen.
Oh, you're not a fan of kitchen.
Yeah, no. When you want to play kitchen, I'm just like, come on.
Ooh.
It's a nice cut in the side there.
I think he miscued that.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
So not his pocket, but made the ball. So now he hands it off to the master himself, Kenny Martin. Kenny's thinking, how do I want to beat these fools?
Highlight reel kind of stuff.
And if you see Kenny on a 9-foot, he's got different swag. You catch Kenny on a real tournament level match, different vibe. He's out for blood.
I said I like to be social at pool, but I don't play it for fun. No, I'm sure. So anyways, a fun fact about this table, it is the felt is 1 large slice of pepperoni. No.
For a reason, because you got to make the most of it multiple times. Like just
There
keep
goes the
going.
Ghostbusters. It's Halloween. Things are happening.
Shout out to the cops who like to watch.
Yeah, I want to get them on this table someday. That'd be a good episode. See the local APD patrolling. I'll call them in for some barbecue.
Yeah, I'm sure they're always just kind of checking in, and maybe they could see the games from across the street.
That's all they're there for.
Maybe we should invite them in and see what they're made of on the table.
I mean, red. I'm not really a big fan of red. I like this one because it's got the black trim and it's just kind of like a classy look. And it's a Sheltie. Forgot to mention that.
Oh, the brand of the table?
Brand of the table. Never heard of it. Never seen
Yeah,
it.
don't see much Shelties. I don't think I've seen any other Shelties here.
And you know what was a big thing in the 90s, I think, that was not... I never got to play on one, but I could tell immediately. Not a good call. Leopard skin. Pool felt.
I've only seen one of those, and I never want to see it again. It was a picture, and I hope that picture never finds my eyes again. It's fun, I get it, but it's not cool, man.
Not to shoot, not to shoot.
My teammate's gonna stab me when I turn around eventually.
I never
Remember that?
thought about this.
I'll be nice to Drew. I'm sorry. It's been a long Halloween
My
weekend,
feelings
man.
are hurt. Probably gonna cry.
I got the
later,
stupid mustache right now. I'm out of my element.
but I know the mustache is really throwing me off. But Kyle Bosch, I don't know what's happening with him either.
I've said that name over and
Yeah,
over.
who is Kyle
And I wish I had my phone so I
Kyle
could
Bosch
look
is
him
an
up.
important player in the game.
We really shouldn't involve him in this.
Yes.
Who
we
is
should.
he?
He's a great
Please.
man. We all love him too.
Like a Kaiser Soze. Like, who is he?
No, we'll talk about Kyle later though.
Okay.
Colin's gonna shoot right now.
Drew, what's your least favorite thing on playing with people in bars?
That you get some super drunk stone guy that walks up like Mike. Looks like he can barely walk. He goes, and then he shoots and just fucking destroys. And I'm like,
I love that.
what the hell? What just happened right now?
It's in a glass table, which they engineered surprisingly well to where the balls still react like they're on felt or something.
No way.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that later.
If anyone's out there listening and you know of a glass table we can play on, please let us know.
Yeah, I forgot exactly how they did it, but yes, please.
Friction.
Please have us over. Room and board, full expenses paid. That would be great.
Yeah. Year's rent. No, I'm just kidding. That's stupid. No, we'll gladly plan any glass table.
What do you know about rent, Chris? There's a van lifer over here.
Gypsy life is tough, man. I like the shop lights he's got above the table. I told him he had one before and it was a yellow light, and I said, Tim, you gotta get rid of this yellow light because it makes the cue ball and the 1 ball and the 9 ball look identical. And there's been multiple games where people shot the wrong ball.
Yeah, you don't really realize how important the lights are until you get the wrong lights and balls start changing colors just because it's light change.
Yeah, I never had the pleasure of going to the parlor, but this space is pretty sick. This Ghost Cat Lounge.
Yeah, so Tim, we can talk about Ghost Cat, right? Yeah, we can talk about this spot. I mean, there's nothing illegal happening here. It's just a private house. It's not a speakeasy.
That's a good way to start. There's nothing illegal happening here.
There's nothing out there.
I don't like doing safety shots or defensive shots, because 99% of the time there's a way to get your ball into a pocket.
Sure. But I mean, it's a practice. If you don't practice safeties, you probably shouldn't rely on them. But they are another good weapon to have in the arsenal of pool.
Just like the bridge, or the granny stick, as people would call it. Everyone makes fun of it. It's called the granny stick. But once you actually use that thing, you're like, oh man, this is a skill in its own, is to be able to do this properly.
Mm-hmm.
So, shout out to grandmas. It ain't easy being granny. So this is my last time commentating on a game, you guys. Kenny's.
I was trying to come up with another granny joke, but
Oh, little draw shot. You see that? Little draw.
a little bit.
Thanks to Kenny.
But then again, you probably weren't even, the way that drew, you probably weren't even like, trying for too much draw, and it just kind of just came back to you.
Don't scratch. Don't scratch. Come on now.
Motherfucker. Set it up a little better than that.
Yeah.
Oh, you might have enough space.
You had the right
You might
idea.
have enough space for you.
That's pool, baby.
A little bit lighter.
You had the right idea.
Thank you, Colin. I was waiting for that.
Where are you
That's
going?
pool, baby. Well, now that's where I wanted to do, but
And now.
It's disappointing when you work so hard for a run and then the 8 ball just decides not to set up for you. But I think you're getting a little motivation from Drew, getting some ideas here. Y'all are talking it out.
Yep, doing it.
But you're going for the kick.
Completely misses it.
And
Ball in
that
hand.
is ball in hand for Colin.
That was still.
we need a new host. This guy sucks. I can't shoot.
Ryan,
for
see,
shit.
press your. Where is he?
I'm sorry, Drew. I failed you, my man.
No, it's still a good shot.
Thank you.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Not a scratch. If you scratch on the 8, it is not a loss, everybody. If you make the cue ball in at a bar with strangers, be ready to just agree that that's game, even though it's an old myth rule. If the 8 ball stays on the table, you keep shooting.
No problem.
Good first game. Good first game.
Good game.
Give me a hug, please.
Dude.
All right,
oh
game
God.
1, me and Drew.
You
Who would've
look
thought?
like you've been eating Cheetos.
Yeah, hot Cheetos.
Cheetos all night.
Getting nostalgic. Come on.
Make the 8, you break.
And I believe by our rules, that means he's going to be breaking the next game.
Yep, it's not a standard rule. It's just something we usually do. Whoever makes the 8, you break. It's always fun. Because I like playing with strangers and people that don't really play it and aren't that good, or they say they're not that good. And it's my favorite thing. I would rather have them win the game and make the 8 ball. Because then they feel good. And then you got to tell them, hey, now you're breaking. You make the 8, you
Oh
break.
yeah, that's when you really know if they don't play pool or not. If they don't want to break or they're a little nervous to break, it's better that they do break. The more you do it, the better you get.
And then depending on who you're playing, good etiquette. Either, if it doesn't break up well, because you're not good at breaking, and the balls are still clustered up, maybe break it up that next turn, which is probably the smarter thing to do. Usually I take whatever shots I can get and then break it up, but then you're kind of stuck with whatever you have.
Right.
And maybe it's not the best lie. And again, you see Matt on gimbal and Johnny on audio. Had to cut back a little bit because it was a little bit tight in here. And then we got some people showing up early, which I told them not to show up. So
The patrons have started arriving.
All right,
Your mommy's little soldier.
back at it. Game 2, me and Drew up
Daddy's
1.
little soldier. Let's do
Drew,
this.
you're breaking. Cullen, would you like a beer, my man?
Oh, yeah, a beer? I'll try one.
My boy Johnny on audio, another Wisconsinite, brought New Glarus. You can only get it.
Wait, you're
in
from Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
Cullen, you're from Wisconsin?
No.
No, Johnny, the audio guy. That's yours.
Thank you.
What does
Johnny,
it
from
taste
Wisconsin.
like? Cheese?
Cheers, bud. You want to try
Cheers.
No, sure.
Shit's over now. Okay.
Wow.
I don't know. Never been a fan of it, to be honest.
That's gonna drive me crazy.
Johnny's dying right now. All right, did you make something?
Yep.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You made a strike.
Oh,
and by the way,
count 'em.
that's how you want to see
Count
what
'em.
ball you got. Am I right, Kenny?
Yeah, you just count them.
You just count them. Don't go in the freaking slot with your phone. Just count the balls on the table.
Why? It's how you make sure.
If you make it to 7,
It's
they're all
not
on
that
the
ball,
table.
yeah.
Right?
7 stripes,
If
7
I
solids.
see one in the slot, I'm like, wait,
Which
ball.
one is it?
Ball down.
But you do see a lot of bar tables with clusters like that, and people just avoid those clusters like the plague until it's too late, and they got no other shot, that cluster.
yeah, and that's what people don't like about ball in hand. Is that, for the record, that's the rule of pool is ball in hand, everybody. Our parents taught us wrong. It's not kitchen. Stop doing that. I grew up that same way. It's ball in hand.
Kitchen has a place.
Kitchen.
It's got a name for a reason.
If you do ball in hand though, it makes the game quicker. It shows your IQ level on the table because people think it's easy or cheating because they put the cue ball on the most obvious, easiest shot. If you have the 7 ball buried in a corner and you get ball in hand and you use that ball in hand shot for that 7, you wasted it. What you're supposed to use it on is a cluster and a shot you'll never get a better opportunity on, and you're trying to figure out the best plan to run it out.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to do ball in hand.
Kenny, I think it's your shot. No? Cullen shot?
Or
Cullen
our
Whoever's-
shot.
Whoever's holding the cue.
You shoot
I'll shoot it.
first. I want you to shoot
I'll go
first.
first. All right.
Whoever's next.
And good etiquette, if you're not shooting, don't touch the chalk.
Kenny from Wisconsin?
From
I'm
Texas.
not from Wisconsin.
Good.
You know
Quite
it's
the
true.
opposite. Rio Grande
Yes, I
Valley.
do know that. I need to get in his head a little bit here.
Representing the 956 over here.
Sometimes it makes for some pretty incredible creative shots. You know, you play kitchen with a real good person. They probably don't like playing kitchen, but then if they end up with their 8 ball in the kitchen on a scratch, you'll see them get real close, if not make that 8 ball.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you see a talented person on the table, you give them any rule, they'll do something cool. But what I hate about kitchen is that usually if you're playing kitchen, you know you're going to play a rule where if the cue ball goes in on the 8 ball, it's a loss. So now the 8 ball ends up dead center on the rail in the kitchen, and the other person on the other team can just keep scratching on purpose, making you keep kicking the cue ball down back into the kitchen to try to get the 8, and then you scratch, and then it's game. And it's like, okay, well, this is not a skilled thing at all. It's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah. But I mean, nonetheless,
It's all
people
fun.
set in their ways. They play kitchen. They play ball in hand. We're not trying to start a pro league here or anything.
No, we're trying to.
We're just trying to
spread
share
the
how we experience the game.
ball in hand to Cullen, and look at what he's doing, putting it in a spot where most people would use that too right now.
Yeah.
But he's breaking that cluster up.
He's gonna try to.
We're not professionals, but I'm trying to. Nice dart. I'm trying to start a movement of ball in hand, Kenny. It can change the world.
Well, you missed the ball in hand there because Cullen hit that cue ball with his tip on the way back.
He did, didn't he? Yeah, he double tapped it.
Yeah.
Nobody caught it.
But he played it. He played it cool.
Well, because usually a double tap,
Kept it going.
if you know your cue hit the cue ball twice, you should do the gentleman's rule.
And sometimes you don't even think about it.
Or you don't even notice it.
Yeah, sometimes it just happens. And I think,
That just happened. to me
I
in
give
that
him the
tournament.
benefit of the doubt that that's exactly what happened here. He didn't realize that he double hit that.
I just hit a shot in that tournament last week. Cost me the match because I had no idea it was going to double tap.
Yeah.
And sure as shit. What's he doing? Slicing the
Goes Drew, maybe
10
side
south
pocket.
south side.
South side and
Oh,
setting up the
nice.
13 very
Yeah.
nicely.
God, I miss shooting with Drew so much, man. He was so fun, and he loved it as much as us, dude.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was our first game that we played together, but obviously I was more into pool than he was at the time. But we shook hands at the end. He was like, "I'm gonna get you back." he was already planning his attack.
I know.
Well, pool is the only time I stretch. So,
What are you shooting here? 12?
Yeah. What do you think? You have a better one right
12. Well,
Actually, yeah, pool's one of the
That's a
only
tight
things I
window.
stretch for.
Yeah,
nowadays.
that is almost impossible. That
You're
14,
talking about a 3-bank.
That
into
14,
corner.
you got a bigger window for that
Nah.
14. That 12 is blocked.
What is
by
he
the 7.
trying?
He's trying 12 in the corner. Can he?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the cross bank. That goes.
Drew is a madman.
I'm still not sure what corner you were shooting at. Were you going for this one?
No.
No, he was
I double
corner?
tap it every time.
shot.
Fuck.
Trying to cross bank it. He didn't want to get behind the 2. He wanted to come off the rail in front of the 2 into that southwest pocket.
And you pointed out that with that shot, if you slow down that 12, he might have been able to just carry him off the 2 into the northwest.
Yep. But thanks to our sponsors, Southwest Airlines.
I
He was going for the Southwest Bank. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out, Southwest Airlines flies to Phoenix, which I hear there's a pool table in Phoenix Airport. Come on now.
Yep. I don't think there's many airports with pool tables, so that sounds like a fun one to play at and meet a lot of new people.
But yeah, if you're watching, glass table, Phoenix.
You've broken every. I said 3 things.
Damn.
I might just do this and that, and you've said,
Because we're playing on
I've been making
hardwood
balls.
floor,
That's
you
all-
can
that's all you
really
need me
hear
to
the
do.
feel
All
of
you need
balls
to do.
rolling in your feet.
Yeah. Well, 7. Hopefully, I don't scratch on this.
You know, I
7 corner. You want to say something, Drew?
Nah, you're good.
Wait.
We're not solids, I don't think.
No.
Come on.
That's
You
what I
should've
was about
said
to
something
say.
then.
I know, no
should've-
shit. But you're
Dude,
like,
I said, do you want to
this
say
side of
something,
the
Drew?
table.
Oh.
So, yeah, mistake on me. I thought we were solids. I shot at the solid, and now I was ball in hand to Kenny.
This is good stuff.
You did look
This is a
stupid, but that's
realistic
okay.
podcast. This
So
is
You're
what
really
really
smart
happens.
now.
Yeah,
We
this
got
happens.
you.
This happens
What
a lot.
really
If you see your partner shooting at the ball, it's not yours.
Coming to
Let them
7.
know immediately. Tell them to stop. Put your hand on the table.
Sometimes you let him follow through with it.
The
and-
one rule I
and
told them.
He did say something briefly while you were shooting. He's like a quick, maybe like trying to get your attention, but he was letting you.
He did. He wanted to say a nice shot from Kenny. A little bit hemmed up on the 5 and the 1 now. Not ideal where you wanted that cue ball, I'm guessing, but
Didn't really think that went through. Yeah.
Can we have beer
Yeah.
in school films?
Hey, just so y'all know, I'm playing defense right now.
Kenny's playing defense.
Well,
Demerit, go ahead.
defensive shot. of
On
the
a
night.
social cues
Tomorrow,
episode.
45 minutes.
Hey, I'm desperate. This is our last game.
Yeah, you're right. Race
For
to
you,
2.
yeah.
I really don't see a shot. Well,
I probably could have shot it a lot slower and left the foul ball in the pocket, which was probably the play. But live and learn. And something about watching yourself play a pool too that really opens your eyes into your game, into the game you're playing. If you do want to get better, I would suggest both watching pro pool, but also watching yourself play pool.
Wisconsin is the water park capital of the world.
5 inside.
It is. A lot of Polish people. They love water parks. Olszewskis? Fucking love them.
Oof.
The Schlitterbahns,
All right.
best friends.
Here comes another ball in hand because I didn't hit a rail, but I think Drew's just going to play it as it lies.
it's ball in hand, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's got a pretty nice shoot. And see there, he was trying to draw it, but I think he picked up his cue and hit the middle of the ball, and it just kind of rolled a little bit forward in the pocket, but it didn't scratch, so
At least it was a stop shot.
could have been worse. Could have been worse.
Yeah,
He's got a long shot here now.
And man, this almost looks like, if you have it dialed in, a kick on the southeast rail, kicking it into the northwest pocket, but he's banking it.
I think that one's in the way for that kick.
You could put spin on it,
Yeah.
but he's banking it west side to southeast pocket, which is going to be a scratch.
Oh, not if the 5 ball sticks his elbows out and gets in the game.
That's ball in hand.
So yeah, ball in hand, not a good time to give ball in hand.
No, it's never good to make a ball in and ball in hand, and when you got this perfect 1-8 lined up.
Yeah, this is what the pros just call connecting the dots. It's just a easy roll forward. You got the 8 right there. Nothing too crazy about this little run.
Beautiful little touch on the 8.
Yep. And a lot of people might think that looks, fairly simple, fairly basic, but it's never bad practice to do little 2-ball runs like this.
And that's why that shot always seems like it's there, but man.
Oh yeah, when a ball's on the rail like that, yeah, you got to know exactly where you're hitting it, because it's a game of millimeters at that point. And there we go.
And I rushed it.
Yep, we did rush that one a little bit.
I just want to keep it even. I don't want to go 2-0.
Let's see.
What would you do right here? I'm thinking you're cutting it southeast, huh?
Yeah, that 14 looks like it's in the way for the bank back to the bottom left pocket, but
Yeah, if that.
I think I'm trying to. I'd probably go for a cut here if I had to do it again, and I think that is what I do.
If that 14 wasn't there though, that's a bank all day. It's perfectly lined up.
I think I called the side pocket for a 3-rail.
You did. That's right.
Trying to get on the highlight reel here, but I ended up slicing it too thin
And you could.
and almost making it in the pocket that I originally thought I was going to shoot it in. Upon rewatching this, but I was dearly mistaken.
Drew going. Was that's a 12?
I believe that was the 12.
Yeah. Southwest. Very forgiving corners, man. You see how much it bounced off that
Or the
corner and
10.
still fell in?
Not 12-12. It's a little purple on it. It's got a nice shot on the 8 here. It's a little bit long and
Cullen redemption shot.
off the rail.
Goes around almost the identical angle. Spacing's a little different all around, but
Yeah, it's off the
exact
rail.
same angle.
I kind of hate when this happens sometimes, when you miss a shot and then you're set up in the same exact shot. It kind of that'll get in your head.
We're going to game 3.
Going for a rubber match. Going to game 3. Good job.
We're going
Good
around
game.
3. It's like MJ with the pizza all over again. God damn it.
All right.
What?
What?
All right.
You never heard that story?
Make the.
That just happened so fast. I didn't.
Michael Jordan
going
with
to
the cheese
game
pizza went to his
3. Yeah,
room
cut.
the night before he was with the Jazz.
Oh, I'm just
Bad
coming
food
press
poisoning. They
record.
thought it was on purpose.
So this one's recording.
Before he died?
Michael Jordan's still.
You cut on audio?
Michael
Wait.
Jordan's still alive.
I thought you. Never mind. We were talking about
Who
two
do you
different
think?
things.
I was talking Phil Mickelson.
No.
A rubber match in baseball, or as Kenny puts it, in professional pool.
Oh yeah, again, hill.
We got to find out the origin of what that means, but and rubber match. All right.
I hope it's not like a dark pass.
Yeah, I know, for real.
A dark pass behind me.
Assignment to us. I got to find out what rubber match means. And you got to find out what hill means. But
If only we had something like a smartphone, a knowledge of the world at our fingertips.
nobody look it up.
But my phone only does Instagram.
I'm saying there's a long line up there.
Wow. This table's hot. I love that. I love that.
The block is hot.
But Jeremy, you're first up. Who's your partner? Keep it going, Colin. Who's your partner? Right on.
Who y'all playing?
Whoever wins.
No, we're gonna give up the table to whoever else. I'm gonna wait.
Okay. Yeah. We'll stop filming, but whoever wins this wins the match and gets to play.
Well, this is
Jeremy.
the tiebreaker after all. Yeah.
Are we recording right now? Hey, this is cool. All right, so the winner of this gets to play the fucking the killers outside. There's a line of fucking murderers outside waiting to play on this table.
No swearing.
And we're in here fucking around. Sorry.
You look pretty military, yeah, with some sunglasses.
I look like a freaking cop. Nothing, there's anything wrong with that, but I want to look like a cop.
Well, you haven't shown me where you're uploading these videos, so it's got me feeling a little suspicious here.
There's a database.
All right, so Cullen to break.
Stripe.
All right.
I was getting flashbacks of
I
that
know.
camera over
No
there.
Bob
Great shot. I
Flappy
love
race.
that. Hell yeah.
Open table still, but
Tough.
Looks like
Look, is that
sticking with
15?
stripes.
15's blocked by the 6? No, he's got it.
Oh, yeah, a little rail first action. Close. Doesn't get much closer than that.
And now forcing us to shoot solids, it looks like. Unless that 9, somehow I'm telling you, that 9 could go into that north pocket. If you bank it off the southeast rail, it could end up in the north pocket. Somehow.
Who's on auction weekend? Jeremy? Jeremy is chomping at the bit to get on here.
But if you're just trying to, get a run going, you don't want to go for anything crazy like that. As you can see, Drew here just keeping it simple.
Yep. Why is he taking 6 northeast, now shooting 1 north pocket?
Got the 7
Not ideal on where he
down at the bottom.
could have been a little bit more west of the 5, but now he's forced to shoot over it to get that 7.
Yeah.
Which is always tough. You got to come down at it. You can't really get any spin or.
He's got a little bit of space, and I've seen him do well with these shots where you're jacked up over a ball like this. So.
Yeah, just the only problem, you lose cue ball control because now you're only forced to topspin.
Yep. I mean, it takes a really good stroke to get draw at this angle, but
And
yep, sure enough, follows it in. Can't totally blame him.
it's the right shot, but yeah, again, that's a tricky cue control on that. You just got to hit it soft because all you got is topspin.
Yeah. 'Cause he nailed the angle. Like, he hit it right in the pocket, but of course the cue ball had nowhere else to go but right in the same pocket.
And if it followed in like that, this is where you get to the 4th dimension again, where you should have hit it straight, but put, nice little cue from Kenny.
Yeah, my
Your wand, expecto patronum.
I was reading Harry Potter at the time of this filming. I don't read, I'm sorry. That's a lie. Not anymore.
No, he only draws.
I definitely didn't read that, that's for sure.
No.
Definitely didn't read that. That was
what
a
you wanted
elementary mistake.
Not-
The 8 ball disappeared from my vision.
Yeah,
That's
is
fucking
game.
sad. Let's keep going. Jesus Christ.
Should we edit that up?
Gentlemen's
That's
game. Should we spot it?
Spot it. Spot the 8. Spot the 8. Because there is a rule.
It's your shot.
Let's keep playing.
We'll edit that out.
The fuck?
Jenny,
Lose on an 8-ball
scratch.
shot.
Whoa, look at
The
that.
8 ball, just sitting there pretty and nobody really notices it, and it goes right in.
Yeah, that's where you gotta always look for. That's what I tell people: never shoot towards the 8. If there's any option of anything rolling towards the 8 ball, don't avoid it as much as possible because you never know if the 8 ball is gonna go in. That one was so unexpected. There was a lot of moving parts to that to make that 8 ball move there. But now with the wand, the magic wand, the 8 ball shows up back at the table. We just spotted it to keep this game going, and now I'm rushing it. I should have hit that a little softer. Would have had the 4. And now I'm trying to kick the 4. Oof. Scratching. Double scratch.
Scratching.
Missed the cue ball.
Trying to grab that cue ball out of there.
Drew, what was your worst experience on a pool table?
Sorry.
Probably when I thought you sucked ass and the first time I played you, and I was like, God damn it, he's actually good.
Do the 14-9.
That's a good one.
I was like, oh, this guy.
What was your best time, that kid?
Huh?
What was your best time on a pool table?
Oh, the other day when I ran the whole table in one shot.
On that shot, he should have cut the 5 north side. Cue ball would have rolled back around with more of an option at the 4. But then gave you guys all the option on the stripes. So now look at Kenny running it out.
Totally redeeming myself because I am disappointed.
Look at that draw. Oh, beautiful. You
I
guys.
tend to forget the bad ones.
It's a good way to go.
Like, I'll just say that.
That's a great characteristic. I love that. Forget all the bad ones. Remember the good ones?
Inside English, which threw off the angle on the 12 ball.
And
That's what we
now
call deflection.
You want to do it in 5 northwest,
Yep. Nailing it.
4 northeast.
Don't really have to worry too much about the cue ball. Just let it
Hit it.
kind of stay in the middle of the table.
Yeah, hit it soft. So
Keep
I
it
got
off the
8
rail.
ball. South pocket. Too much.
Straight up.
Should I do it one-handed behind the back?
No.
If you're asking us,
Should I?
Hell no.
you can close your eyes as well
absolutely
if you
not.
want to.
Wait, I think I'm doing a little talking here. A little showboat. I think I'm gonna do one-handed behind the 8. I think I'm gonna do one-handed behind the back 8 ball.
Well, this game is already over, so.
Might as well. I've made these. It's a good little trick to have.
Well,
Sorry, Jeremy. I had to do it.
Hubris.
I had to do that. It was right there. It was a gentleman's game. It already.
That was a good call. Honestly, yeah, I go for that.
Yeah, but if I would have made it,
Kyle Bosch would have
now
gone
I
for
was
that.
thinking a freaking
I
chump.
love Kyle Bosch.
Again with that name. Who is this guy? We gotta meet this guy.
I don't know. He's a sailor, a traveler, a hero. Honestly,
All right.
Who has a chance for a nice little walk here?
It's a very tough shot. Thank you, Jeremy.
Jeremy.
From the peanut gallery. Literally. Hell yeah.
Drew's got a chance for a nice little walk here.
Jeremy's about to come in here and fucking destroy.
I know, dude. We should get Jeremy out there.
I hear the squeaking.
Oh, I would have banked that, Drew. Come on. No scratches.
Into the drink it goes, but it is ball in hand, and it is a dangerous time for ball in hand. As we all know.
Oh, but Kenny.
Well, no, regardless of who's shooting here, just the setup is
Oh yeah, this is a two-stop shot.
not something you want to get ball in hand on.
Yeah.
But I do think I do a little something fancy.
Yeah,
Try to
cool.
make both of them at once.
Oh yeah, that is what you tried doing. You tried making the 8. Cause you already lost.
we already lost, yeah. So
And
I
you're,
was
you're
just
trying to
have
lose
fun.
the style. We're like, hey motherfucker, I'll lose this.
Just trying to be
At the
fancy
same
with
time
it.
as winning it, and then try and do a moon shot. That's not really technically a moon shot.
I was going for that side pocket though.
Quick little bank.
A quick little bank just to,
On this table, it's too easy.
yeah.
I didn't even sit
Well,
down.
yeah. The rails are very reliable on this table for sure.
That was episode 2. That was the Shelty at Ghost Cat Lounge. Shout out to Tim for putting that place together. If you're lucky, you get to play there. And again, shout out to our partners, Cullen and Drew. We miss you, brother.
And as always, feel free to send us any feedback. We'd love to have a back and forth with our viewers every chance we get. And yeah, like and subscribe to get us into that algorithm. But once again, I'm Kenny.
I'm Chris, and this has been Social Cues.